Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our e-learning classes conducted by Modern Educational Group. I am Nilamvar Kormakar, your SSC teacher from Bihar Sri branch. Today I am going to discuss class 7 history lesson 5 the rulers and building, and it is the fourth lecture. Students, we know that kings build temples to demonstrate their power and wealth. That's why when the kings attacked one another's kingdoms, they often targeted the temples. In the early ninth century, the Pandyan king Srimara Srivallabha invaded Sri Lanka and defeated the king Sena first. The Buddhist monk and chronicler Dhammakiti noted that Srimara Srivallabha removed all the valuables. The statue of Buddha made entirely of gold and the golden image in the various monasteries. He seized them all. Students, when Sena first defeated by Srimara Srivallabha and then next Sinhalese ruler Sena II ordered his general to invade Pandya's capital, which was Madurai. The Buddhist chronicler noted that the expedition made a special effort to find and restore the gold statue of the Buddha, which was seized. And another example, in the early 11th century, the Chola king Rajendra I built a Shiva temple and filled it with a statue seized from defeated rulers. An incomplete list included a sun pedestal from the Chalukya, a Ganesha statue and many statues of Durga, a Nandi statue from the eastern Chalukya, an image of Bhairava and Bhairavi from the Kalinga of Odisha, and a Kali statue from Palas of Bengal. Let's discuss about Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni. He was a contemporary of Rajendra I. Students, contemporary means it means living and exist in the same time. During his campaigns in the subcontinent, he attacked and looted the temples of the defeated kings. Student, he was not a very important ruler at that time, but he destroyed lots of temples, especially the one at Somnath, which was located at Gujarat. He tried to win credit as a great hero of Islam. So, by attacking and looting the places of worship of defeated rulers, the ruler in the medieval period wanted to display their political power and military success. The next topic is gardens, tombs, and forts. Mughal rulers had great interest in literature, art, and architecture. Babur described in his Baburnama his interest in planning and laying out formal gardens placed within rectangular walled enclosures and divided into four quarters by artificial channels. As these gardens had symmetrical division into quarters, so they were called charbagh or four gardens. These were beginning with Akbar. Some of the most beautiful chaharbags were constructed by Jahangir and Shahjahan. Some of the example of such type of beautiful chaharbag are in Kashmir, Agra, and Delhi. There were several important architectural innovations during Akbar's reign. For inspirations, Akbar architects turned to the tombs of his Central Asian ancestor Timur. The central towering dome and the tall gateway, which is called Pistak, became important aspects of Mughal architecture. Students, you can see in the image. Students, it was first visible in Humayun's tomb. Humayun's tomb was placed in the center of a huge formal chaharbagh and built in the tradition known as Eight Paradise or Host Behist. The building was constructed with red sandstone edged with white marble, which was quite clearly visible in the image in front of you. Different elements of Mughal architecture were fast together. Fast together means combined together during Shah Jahan reign in large construction activities, especially in Agra and Delhi. The ceremonial halls, which is called Diwani Khas Oam, were carefully planned, placed within a large countrywide. These halls were described as Chihil Sutun or 40 pillared halls. Shah Jahan's audience halls were especially constructed to resemble a mosque. The pedestal on which his throne was placed was frequently described as the Qibla. Students, you know that Qibla means the direction faced by Muslims at prayer. Since everybody faced that direction when court was in session, the idea of the king as a representative of God on the earth. This type of idea of the king was suggested by these architectural features. Shah Jahan tried to show the connection between royal justice and the imperial court in his court in the Red Fort in Delhi. Behind the emperor's throne were a series of petradura inlays that depicted the legendary Greek god Orpheus playing the lute. Students, petradura means the beautiful pictures or colorful pictures you can see in the image. It was believed that Orpheus' music could calm ferocious beast. Calm means silent. Ferocious beast means cruel animals. It means Orpheus' music could silence the cruel animals until they coexisted together peacefully. Through the construction of Shah Jahan's court, it was communicated that the king's justice would be equal for high and low, creating a world where all could live together in harmony. Students, in the early years of Shah Jahan's reign, the nobility had made their homes on the banks of the river Yamuna in the capital city of Agra. These homes were constructed in the Chaharbagh format with a variation that the homes were not located in the middle of the Chaharbagh but at its edge, close to the river bank. The historians described this variation as the riverfront garden. Students, you know that Shah Jahan constructed a beautiful building. It was an important and one among the most amazing monuments all over the world. Shah Jahan used the riverfront garden in the layout of the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was placed on a terrace by the edge of the river, and the garden was to its south. Students, it is clearly visible in the image given here. Shah Jahan developed and used this architectural form in the construction of Shahjahanabad in Delhi to control the access that nobles had to the river. In Shahjahanabad, the imperial palace commanded the riverfront and only specially favored nobles such as Darashiko were given access to the river. The others had to build their homes in the city away from the river Yamuna. So thank you, dear students. I will discuss the next part of this chapter through my next video. Okay? Have a nice day.